Well, good evening, friends. This is Jim Penna coming to you from Katanning High School, Armstrong County, where the Richland Rams are taking on Southern Allegheny, the Gladiators. Joining me is Doug Johnson, who made the trip in. And, Doug, we're looking for what we hope is going to be a great but successful game for the Richland Rams.
Yeah, absolutely. Our boys come in tonight. They've been on a little bit of a roll here. Didn't make it happen in the conference championship, but I'll tell you, since they've got to the district playoffs, they've been locked and ready to go, and they've been pretty exciting to watch.
You know, it's a mistake to watch pregame and try to make a read on anything, but it can be an accurate measure of size. And the good news for the Rams right now is that the Southern Allegheny team does not appear to be a much larger team. Richland, well, they have some bigs. They really don't have any true bigs. Anybody touring around 6'5", 6'6". It doesn't appear that Southern Allegheny does as well. So from a height standpoint, at least we look like we've got an even draw.
Yeah, I totally agree with that statement. Looking around, these two teams look very similar to each other. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out, but it doesn't seem like anyone's going to outsize our boys, and I think it's a good sign for the boys in red and blue.
As you can tell in the background, they're getting introduced, both players. We're going to keep live, of course, as we go through this, but pause for a moment as they stand and plays the national anthem. So stand by.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, may we please rise and gentlemen, remove your hats as we honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Well, there's your national anthem as the crowd settles in. We're going to be competing throughout the course of the evening with the PA announcer and the ambient sound of that music. So I hope you're ready to be nice and loud for the Richland basketball family.
I brought my big boy voice tonight. I hope to give it to you, everything I've got here. So we'll see how it plays out.
They are listing off the PIAA required lecture to the fans attending today's game to behave yourselves and not harass officials. We'll see if it sticks. Right now, let's hear the starting lineups for both teams, starting with Southern Allegheny.
Number 4, Rice.
Time now for your Richland Rams to be introduced as we begin to scramble to get these lineups. Good turnout for tonight's game, although I would tell you that the two crowds appear to be equally balanced. Here come your Richland Rams, folks. Well, there you have it. The Richland Rams announced, and we're ready for a little bit of basketball here. And enthusiastic crowds. Now, I got to tell you, not that we want to be apologetic, but the fact of the matter is, you and I both have been calling these Richland players by their first names all year, so we're liable not to say the last name. And we don't have the first names for the Southern Allegheny players, so it'll be a challenge as we go along. And even as we speak, we're scrambling to find out who number 4 is because he did not appear on their Max Preps roster, freshman starter for the Southern Allegheny Gladiators.
For certain, Jim, those Richland boys got an opportunity to watch those boys grow up for a long time here, so that'll be a tough habit to break. But I guess I can get used to calling Kobe Bailey if I have to, and that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, well, the good news is most of the Richland family knows what we're talking about whenever we do that. So
that's probably true.
We'll play this by ear. Both teams huddling on their sideline. Noticeably, the Richland Rams' entire team huddled in front of Coach Burke, while the starting 5 for Southern Allegheny, separate from their bench, huddling on the floor. Out to jump.
I think we got a fast-paced game ahead of us here tonight. I'll tell you, I was watching the Gladiators warm up, and it'll be interesting to see DeGiorgio and Hines shoot because they were certainly making it rain in the warm-ups.
So Faulkner will jump for Southern Allegheny. Trent Roses to jump for the Rams. Faulkner with a bit of a height advantage and predictably wins the tip. Ball knocked free on the floor. Quick scramble. And they're going to call a jump ball. But there's no possession there at this point. I think we have to actually do a re-jump.
Yeah, it's going to be one of those rare sights in basketball. That second jump ball of the game.
So we're 5 seconds in, and we're going to jump it again, Arnie. This will be the 2 players involved in the scramble for the ball. That'll be Kellen Stahl for the Rams, and Dylan Hines the jump. The Rams didn't even offer a jump on that. They must have wanted to head out on defense and have that arrow in their direction. Southern Allegheny working down, working right side around the key, fixing the perimeter. We've got a quick whistle and a defensive foul quickly on Richland. So Ford picks up one in the first few seconds of this game, and that's not something we need from that fellow at this point.
Absolutely not. We need Jordan to stick around in the game tonight. He usually makes sure he uses all of his fouls, but that one was a little bit early for him.
Well, there was a quick gift. The Southern Alleghany's inbounded the ball. Pass came back to the inbounder, but he stepped out of bounds as he was dribbling with nobody guarding him. So Richmond will take the ball, and Caleb Burke brings it down with no pressure. One man waiting for him at midcourt. Burke scrambling around, passes inside the Ford at the top of the key. Ford pivots, dribbles once and looks for help, finds Caleb. 3-point range, fakes, drives, dishes outside. Bailey off wide. Ball tipped out of bounds. Rams keep possession.
I'll tell you one thing is fun to watch when Kobe Bailey gets hot from beyond the arc. He gets it going all over the court. It'll be interesting to see him. Usually when he makes the first couple, the rest of them seem to fall.
Kellen Stahl, uncontested inbound to Caleb Burke. Burke goes to Bailey. Bailey up top, passes left. That's back to Stahl. Stahl will look for Burke, and Burke will reset up the offense. Waiting for his moment. Passes back corner to Stahl. Stahl driving right side, has the lane, kicks out Burke. Short jumper, too long. Rebounded Southern Allegheny. Back come the Gladiators. This is Epps with possession of the ball. He drives, then kicks out right side of the court. And they will reset. Southern Allegheny scrambling bottom of the key. Now kick back out. Ball dribbled right side for Southern Allegheny. Faked the shot. He's lost the dribble, looking for help. Does dish outside to Epps. Epps goes back to the top of the three-point line. Now drives. Kicks back out. Three-point. Nope. They hold it. Continue to look for the drive. And they reset. Very patient so far with their offense. There's the three-point shot, and it's good.
That was Epps there on the three-point shot for the Gladiators.
That's a freshman starter for this team. Burke with the ball now as the Rams come back. They go to Bailey. Bailey thinks about it, then hands off to Rosic. Rosic the stall. Stall drives. That shot goes wide, and the Gladiators with possession off the rebound. In transition, pull up three. Shot. That's long. Rebound. Easy one inside. And a dunk for the big man. Faulkner.
I'll tell you what, Jordan Ford's going to have his hands full if they're running man coverage against him all night.
Well, the tough part about that was a bad shot and a bad miss, but the rebound hit the glass and came right to Faulkner, who was not in position and got the easy follow-up. So a bad break there, but it turns into points for the Gladiators, who are up 5-0 right now in the early goings. Inside to Ford, Rams back. Rosic hesitated and traveled with the ball. And I think Richland needs to settle in here. They need a bucket to get off the mark.
Yeah, absolutely. They said the first too long. You can tell they're pretty excited, but usually they settle in after the first couple of minutes, and be interested to see where we go. They can keep it close within 5 points here. They shouldn't have too many problems.
Quick break of the Ram press. Rosic loses his feet on defense. Open look, floater is missed. Caleb Burke got it and going the other way. Does he push action? He does. Going to drive lane. Floater up and misses. Rebound, Gladiators. Stumble with the ball, but they're on the break. Odd man, nope. Going to drive in. Faulkner, offensive foul. Going the other way. Ford picks one up and stands his ground on the big man from Southern Allegheny.
That was a big take by Jordan Ford there. He got in, got set, and he took every bit of it. But I'll tell you what, he'll take those every time when they start going the other way.
Well, I know Coach Burke loves it whenever his Rams defenders are willing to take that offensive foul, to take the charge. Burke with the ball, top of the key right now. Passes right side to Rosic. Rosic fakes right, goes left, passes back to Ford. Ford to Stahl. Stahl left side to Burke. Burke goes baseline. Dishes back out corner. Rosic, three-point shot is good.
It's a good start by Trent Rosic. Love to see him start making a couple of those.
So a 5-3 ball game. Pressed by the Rams, but not an overly aggressive one, just slowing the pace of play down for Southern Allegheny, and that's Bryce Epps up top. Again, that's a freshman starter for this team. He dribbles left side, appears to have a good handle, now loses the dribble, passes left side, long jumper, misses, ball hits the ground. Between three defenders, Southern Allegheny comes up with it. Coach Burke won't be happy about that. Epps again with the ball, he'll pull up three, misses, off the back of the rim, rebound by Ford, settles in. Caleb Burke with the ball now with a chance for the Rams to tie. 3:56 left to go here in the fourth quarter. The Rams shooting at the hoop on the left side of the court, for those of you trying to visualize at home. Loose ball tipped away, stolen off by the freshman Epps. He puts up the easy layup. So a 7-3 lead with 3:40 remaining in the first quarter.
That was a savvy play by the freshman there. He caught a player sleeping and took it the other way.
Caleb Burke drives, reverse layup underneath for two. 7-5. Rams staying in this despite some shaky moments to start the game. Well, that's just not a freshman starter out there. He got the ball in his hands a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. He's
looks inside the Faulkner.
That was a nice pass.
And I'll tell you, he got beat on the play, but a smart move by Ford. A lot of guys would have overreacted and might have fouled on that. It's a 9-5 early ball game. That bucket was not worth a second foul for Ford. So 9-5 they lead with just under 3 minutes. Kobe Bailey with the ball now. Offers up from three-point range. Misses wide. Rebound. Rosic fouled on the way up. Misses the shot. He'll go to the stripe. Was that on Faulkner?
No. I didn't get a chance to see who that was on.
They called it on Kirkwood. So that's Kirkwood's first. Rosic to the line, shooting two.
I'll tell you, the development of Rosic throughout the year has really been special. He's been a big part of the Rams since they really started to put it together, and it's part of the reason why we're here today.
He makes good on that first foul shot. Ford leaves the game. Josh Stem enters for the Rams. The second of two now for Rosic, trying to make it a 9-7 ball game. Back of the rim, but in. And a substitution. So Charlie Levander will come in for Rosic. So Stahl, Burke, Bailey, Levander, and Stem on the court for the Rams at this point. Epps passes right side to the other Epps. Epps drives in. Short jumper, mid-range, misses. Rebound, Bailey. Bailey to Burke. Burke in transition. Looking for a lane. Hesitates, now goes. Dishes inside to Stem. Off the glass. Misses. Put back. Toby Bailey for two. We got a tie ball game.
9-9. Here we go.
So the younger Epps with the ball. Oh, he offered up. That would have been way outside three-point range. And I think if Burke doesn't come out and challenge, he goes ahead and puts that ball up.
He was taking him out there from warm-ups. He's certainly not afraid to do it.
Pass left side, then inside. Good baseline movement there. No shot, however. They go back out, kick out to Epps. He resets. Does he drive? No. Kicks to the other Epps, the big man. Dishes. No three-point offering there. They're going to continue to work and drive. Shot from the foul line. That one's good for two. That was Kirkland.
Nice mid-range jumper by Kirkwood there.
Well, I'll tell you, the only offering we have from three-point land is from the younger Epps for Southern Alleghenies, and that might be a factor in the game. They seem to be looked for those midpoint shots. If the Rams can get hot from three-point land, turnover there for Bailey, stolen by the younger, the Epps layup, put up for two. Back to a 4-point lead for the Gladiators. That's two turnovers, stop the key. That turned into points on transition for the Gladiators.
Both times it was Epps, both times it taken the other way for an easy layup.
Levander looking to drive, passes out to Bailey, inside to Stahl. Stahl to Stem for two.
I'll tell you what, they've been getting a lot of big minutes out of Josh Stem lately. It's been a nice revelation, and I'll tell you, he's really slimmed up over his career too. He's more of a skinnier now, but he's still a force down low.
So Bryce Epps, the freshman with the ball, setting up. Good rotation. Clean pick for the other Epps by Faulkner. Faulkner now with the pass. Jumper off the glass. Misses. Ball tipped back up. Faulkner again with the rebound. Fall away. Misses. Kellen Stahl with the rebound. Looks for Caleb Burke as the Rams have an opportunity to tie with 40 seconds left to go here in the first quarter.
That was some hard defense.
Burke drives. Looks inside. Pass over. Stahl for three. Boom! He hits it. The Rams have the lead with 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Kellen Stahl from way beyond the arc. That was a big shot for the Rams.
3-point offering there is missed, and the Rams have a chance to extend this lead. Now 19 seconds. I suspect Caleb Burke will look for last shot as we count down from 15.
Nice box out by Stem down low there. Get the ball back in the hands of White.
Burke dribbles right side, now dribbles left, goes to Bailey for three. For three! Time's going to run out here. And somehow the Rams have managed to get a 17-13 lead at the end of the quarter, despite trailing the entire quarter.
That 8-point run felt like it took all of about 45 seconds, but I'll tell you what, the energy in here has really picked up from the Rams side.
Well, this is a team, the Southern Allegheny team, that's only lost 2 games. They've only been tested a couple times, but the big thing you have to wonder going in is this is a team that only won 2 games the prior year. They are a much better team now. They've grown into themselves. Obviously, the contribution of this freshman has a big deal.
Add a couple of twin brothers there. That'll always help.
But how much adversity have they faced? How often have they had a lead, had control of the game, and just had it go away? And will they respond to that sort of playoff pressure? The Rams have an opportunity, if they can get a couple early buckets here, to really kind of squeeze the psychology of what Southern Allegheny has out here.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you one thing I didn't give credit for is number 24, the big guy, Faulkner, for the Gladiators. He certainly looks bigger when you match him up against our big boys. We got Jordan Ford listed at 6'1", and I'll tell you what, Faulkner looks like he's got 3 inches on him.
Well, he's a little taller, but it is safe to say, now that we've seen him jump, he's clearly got the ultimate vertical on the floor.
Absolutely.
If he's left alone inside, he will deliver around the rim at this point.
But I'll tell you, that's the thing about Ford, is Ford usually goes through his fouls, and you got to give him credit for that, but he doesn't take many bad fouls. He's getting physical with him, and I'll tell you what, Faulkner's going to have to earn every bit of it tonight while Ford's in the game.
Substitutions for the Rams now as we start the second quarter. Levander in the game, Rosic, Ford, Caleb Burke, of course, and Griff LaRue enters the game for the first time for the Richland Rams. Burke right side, filling out, passes right to Rosic. Rosic fakes a pass, holds his pivot, keeps his dribble, out to Ford in the corner. Back to Rosic, who looks to swing. Nope, holds the ball, and now goes to Charlie Levander. Levander looks to drive left side. He's got room for two off the glass.
That was a nice take by Levander there. That's a move you don't usually see from him. Usually he's a danger outside of the perimeter, but took that one down low. And
Faulkner ignored him coming left side. 19-13 right now. Rams lead. First possession of the second quarter for them. Epps, the senior, looks to pass. Wild pass off the glass. Levander's got Burke out ahead. Burke on the breakaway. Puts it in, finger roll for two.
Easy layup for Burke there. Richland up 21-13.
All right, back comes Bryce Epps to try to set up. Tempted for three. Again, pulls back. Now goes to Faulkner inside. Kicks back out for three. That short rebound. Griff LaRue. LaRue looks for Caleb Burke. Burke settles in, and the Rams will look to come back out and establish their offense.
Something I think has been real impressive about these Rams this year, and really it's an every year thing in Burke's system, is their bench seems to get deeper as the year goes on. When you start to see other teams go the other way, drop a couple kids, play your best. But the Rams always seem to have more kids starting to play their best as the year goes on, and it's one of the reasons their program's where it's at today.
Rams running their rotation to Griff LaRue for three. For three indeed! LaRue's first shot of the game hits pay dirt, and Southern Allegheny is slamming the basketball. They are not happy. I'm not sure what the coach is arguing about, but Bryce Epps clearly disappointed with how this game has turned. An 11-point lead for the Rams right now. I'm going to tell you, I don't think it's a safe one. This is clearly a good basketball team, but a timeout needed to slow the momentum for Richland.
You know what? You're absolutely right, and it has nothing to do with them being a bad basketball team. Richland's finding the open guy, and they're hitting every shot they take right now. It's almost a total opposite of what it was in the first 4 minutes of the game. And
you would expect when LaRue came in at the start that maybe there'd be some confusion then as to who might have him in that, as Southern Allegheny was in a man-to-man. But in that case, they already had one possession. They'd been on the court for a little while. LaRue was completely alone, and there was no peck. There were two defenders down low. LaRue had all kind of time to shoot that ball, and if you're going to do that, the young man's money from out there.
Absolutely, and when you give Caleb Burke the extra attention, somebody's got to be left open. But they're going to shoot like that. The Gladiators are going to have to rethink their defensive strategy.
I think that timeout, again, was probably a calming timeout. I don't know if there was any real strategy talk at that point. Southern Allegheny's just to compose themselves and come back out looking for a bucket. Bryce Epps with the ball, number 4, top of key. Double team, passes right side. His brother shoots and hits for three.
That was a contested three. That was a heck of a shot by the big guy there.
That's the other Epps. The elder Epps. Caleb Burke with the ball, passes top of key to Ford. Ford just hangs on, looks for help. Out to Rosic top. Rosic goes right side to Caleb Burke, who's getting heavy pressure from the freshman. Looks inside now to Rosic, fakes the three, then drives, finger roll, off the glass, too strong, misses. Back comes Southern Allegheny with 5:50 remaining in the first half.
Epps is slowed up behind the play, looks like something.
We got a timeout, an injury. The Epps that just hit the three. An official's timeout on the call, rubbing his face. I don't know if he took a poke to the eye or he's hurt, but he's leaving, so they'll have possession of the ball and checking in now.
Dylan Hines.
Dylan Hines. He's rubbing both eyes over there. We'll see how that plays out for him. Right now, Bryce Epps with the ball to Hines. Hines kicks left side. They work down left corner, then look to drive, but it's not there. Hines back in the ball, stripped away. It's on the ground, but they maintain possession. Back out to Epps. Misses the three-pointer. Rebound, Rosic. Rosic to Burke, and Burke brings the ball down for the Richland Rams, looking to expand on an 8-point lead.
Levander did a nice job collapsing down to get that ball loose, and the Rams pounced on it.
Nice pass there from Burke to LaRue. LaRue, heavy defense, puts up a high floater, a little too much, misses the shot, and Southern Allegheny comes back the other way, looking to slice into this lead that had crawled to 11 points, but currently sits at 8. Epps passes ball over to Hines. Hines goes right side to Kirkwood. Back out. Missed three. Rebound, Faulkner. He puts it back up, uncontested.
Tough one there. He just went up over Jordan Ford and got it. But I'll tell you what, that's a battle between those two at both ends of the court. Those two are going to be sore at the end of the night.
Look, I can't stress this enough. Again, a bucket from 3 foot away, but Ford didn't overreact. He got beat out on the box out and didn't foul. That's a pass out to Rosic for 3. He misses. Rebound, Burke. Burke puts it back up off the glass, fakes inside the Ford. The ball is lost, and Southern Allegheny hands it to Epps, who drives down, thinks about 3, now looks to drive, finds a lane, misses on the way up. So he'll go to the stripe to shoot two. So the foul on Levander.
Yeah, he went up over and got him there. I'll tell you, the one thing that really hasn't been a factor yet in this game is free throws from either side. But in these tight games, these are the times that make the biggest difference. First one made by Epps.
That's probably not a surprise. Given the stroke we saw from three-point land, one would think this freshman's probably pretty good from the stripe.
Yeah, he looks pretty confident out there.
Kellen Stahl back into the ball game. That shot off the front of the rim, but scoots in. Rams quickly break the press. Stahl with the ball now, looking to drive, kicks out to Rosic. Rosic to Ford. Ford right side the Stahl. Stahl dribbles around, looks for help. No good there. Goes back to Caleb Burke, who resets, fills things out left side. Now drives in off the glass. Oh, in and out. That's a tough one for Caleb Burke to stomach there. An opportunity to get that back to 6. Now it's a 4-point lead. Jumper from three-point land. Misses long. Caleb Burke gets the free rebound and comes back. He tends to get hungry. He's not happy about that miss. I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to take another bite of that apple. He goes right side.
I thought he was going to do it right there.
Kicks out to Kobe Bailey. Bailey's got room. That closes quickly. Now to Rosic. Rosic drives. He goes up. It's blocked. Back to Rosic. Dishes inside to Kobe Bailey. Off the rim, but he's fouled on the way up. So the bucket no good, but Bailey will go and shoot two. 3:43 remaining in the half. Rams lead 24-20.
That's the first foul for Hines for the Gladiators. Bailey here at the line.
Hits the first one. Well, the first test of the moment for Southern Allegheny. They got down by 11. The coach called a calm you out timeout. It worked out. They managed to close this back to 5 right now, possibly 6 if Bailey hits his second one. It's going to be a hard game, and it should be hard at this point.
Yeah, I don't think anyone thought it was over yet, but Gladiators certainly put themselves right back in it, although Bailey's 2 points there makes it a 6-point game.
That second shot got the friendly roll. It was short, crawled around, and managed to fall through. Bryce Epps with the ball, tries to go right side, faces a double team, but it goes away. Now he's dealing with Caleb Burke, so Dilsh out right side. Looking for help, has an open man in the corner. They do not take the three. Not a priority for this team, except for 1 or 2 players, truly.
Josh Stem's back in the game for the Rams. He's taken Jordan Ford's position as manning up on Faulkner, and he's playing a tough game too. I'll tell you, I don't know that Faulkner can play the entire game with the way the Rams are playing him right now.
Well, the senior Epps re-entered the game after that last stop of play. Just tried a three-pointer there and misses. Burke, short range, and hits for 2. Boy, they waited for him to drive there. He took advantage of the open space, and they got to figure out where you're going to guard the guy. If you drop back into the key and look for help, he will pull up and hit that 8-footer.
If he's going to make those shots, that's going to make it tough on anyone to play defense. He's going to handle the ball.
Pick and roll to Faulkner. Faulkner, one hand. This guy's a player.
Yeah, that was an awkward length shot there from about 10 feet away, but not a problem for him.
28-22, 2.5 minutes left to go. In the half, Rosic advancing the ball for the Rams. Looks right side, finds help from Stem. Stem kicks it out to Kobe Bailey. Bailey getting a crowd out there now in three-point land. They're not going to let him have open space unless they can work for it. He goes to Burke. Burke drives, kicks out to Stahl. Stahl for 3. Back of the rim, rebound up in the air, kick free. Caleb Burke picks it up. 2:14 go.
That's a nice
starts over.
Roses.
Drives left side, short jumper. Too much there, misses on the friendly roll. Southern Allegheny rebound, and back comes Bryce Stem. Oh, I thought a little bit of a palm of the ball there, but no call. He sets up with 2 minutes left to go, trailing by 6, Southern Allegheny. Stem number 5 drives, foul on the floor, going to be called on Stem.
It's a nice take by Epps there. Got called off by the foul, but certainly went to the net hard. Tough matchup for our boys.
Well, I tell you, we've seen a couple times when Southern Allegheny's driving the ball, they initiate contact. It's only a matter of time before Coach Burke starts to try to plant a seed that they're pushing off to see if he can get a call. Southern Allegheny inbounds now. That's Burke with the ball. Check it on that. That's Epps with the ball. Looking left. Switch off. Pick and roll. Faulkner inside. They're going to go to this until we stop it. He makes that layup.
It's a couple baskets in a row for him without Ford on the floor. I'll tell you, Ford's been all over him when he's been down there, and it's been some hard minutes. Not to say anything else about the boys in the Rams. That's just how good a defense Ford's playing tonight.
Levander with the ball. Right side corner. Goes baseline, then comes back out to Stahl. Stahl not facing pressure, pauses for a moment, then goes right side to Bailey. Bailey to Levander. Levander looking the drive. He's got room and foul. Faulkner with his second. Probably not a bad. He's not afraid to go up and try to block a shot. Probably not a bad idea to go up and try to initiate contact.
I'll tell you, that's the second or third time Levander's taken it to the hole like that. Nice to see that kind of confidence out of him, especially in a big game.
The first time he did it, Faulkner got caught napping, trying to figure out where Burke was, thinking the ball was go to him, and Charlie managed to drive it the whole way in, uncontested. That time it was contested, and he got fouled. Charlie hits the first of his 2 foul shots, 29-24, minute 15 left to go in the quarter. Faulkner's got 2. They're going to get him out of the game so he doesn't pick up a third here in the first half.
It'll be interesting to see what kind of depth they have to fill his role on the team because he's been tough to handle. Him off on the bench, it'll be interesting to see where they go.
That second foul shot is in and out, so the guy has rebound, long three-pointer, and the freshman Epps hits it from downtown. 1 minute left to go, and the Rams lead 29-27. Which is a game that's just a beautiful thing to watch, the ebb and flow of this and the talent level that's out there right now. Richland going to set up, maybe look for last shot or clear out and see if Burke can find a hole. He drives, reverse layup. Wow, that rattled around before it dropped through the can. 31-27.
He went around 2 guys underneath, got a little one-hander up around the backside of the net, and 2 more points for the Rams.
Well, so you've got this dynamic now. It looks like Southern Allegheny is going to work towards last shot, and Burke's not going to be in any hurry. Coach Burke on this, simply because even if they make it, he's going to have a halftime lead. So they're going to let him sit out there. Clock counting down from 30. We're the whole way down to 14 seconds, and now they begin their play. The elder Epps with the ball now. The setup, whatever offensive run they're going to do. 10 seconds left. Kicked right side to Bryce Epps. He drives, kicks out inside to the younger or the bigger Epps. He goes inside, shot off, and a foul on the Rams. From behind, that's a shooting foul with 2.2 seconds left to go. I think that's on Levander or Stem.
That was on Levander. I think he'd like to have that one back if he could, but let's see if the Gladiators make him pay or not. Tedesco at the line.
First one is short. So 2.2 seconds left to go. An offensive rebound here was really the only thing that the Southern Allegheny can hope for if they don't get the point. The Rams with the ball would be wise just to hold on to it and not try to do anything sloppy with 2.2 seconds left to go. Second of the 2 offerings. That one hits. We got a 31-28 ball game. Inbound the Rosic, 1 second, puts up a mid-quarter high and too far. We've hit halftime, and the Richland Rams have a 31-28 lead in this PIAA contest against a very good Southern Allegheny team.
Absolutely. Anytime you make it this far into the playoffs, especially when you're playing against a team from the Whip Hills, known for their basketball skills and talent, you can take a 3-point lead into the half and let yourselves know you can play with them. That's always a confidence booster.
So, things that stand out to you so far in the first half, because there's been a real strength for this team. Early in the year, the Richland Rams would have a problem. They would fall behind early on. Sloppy basketball, unforced turnovers, not recognizing defensive changes. And one of the reasons they got through that is oftentimes they would make excellent halftime adjustments to what was going on, and then they'd crawl back into a ball game, and they managed to win more than a few early on when they weren't playing their best basketball. Coach Burke's got in the first half look at the Southern Allegheny's team. Your guess is what kind of adjustments he might be trying to make right now, what he's going to try to deal with for Southern Allegheny in the second half.
Well, when they come out here, I think they're going to get Ford back on Faulkner. I think that's been a matchup that's been working for them so far. They've been running man on him all night, and to be honest with you, it's been hard for him to find an inch when Ford's been out there. I think you're going to see those two go at it in the second half here, and that could end up being the difference in the game here. I think it'll be interesting to see Caleb Burke. He hasn't taken too many to the basket so far. That's been a signature of his game. If he's going to make those mid-range shots that he's already made so far, that really opens up his game down underneath. And from there, I think if you're the Rams, you like to keep it a lot of the same. They've been playing against the zone. I don't know if they'll expect that to change or not, but gotta like where you're at so far.
Well, top of mind awareness is Caleb Burke with 8 points. Not an extraordinarily low number for the Richland Rams for his performance, but he certainly has been higher at halftime. But on the flip side of that, Bryce Epps, the freshman for Southern Allegheny, leads all scorers with 12. That's 12 out of their 28. So I would imagine that Coach Burke is in there right now trying to figure out a way to make that young man beat him a different way. He's had at least 2 very long threes that he's managed to drain. and his brother, the other Epps, has managed to hit one as well. Those are only two three-point shooters that appear to be on the floor right now. Now, maybe the others have weaponry that we haven't shown, but they're the ones that have taken the threes and have managed to hit threes for this team.
Yeah, I saw number 11, DiGiorgio, shooting them from long range in warm-ups. He looked like the better of the two shooters in warm-ups, but since the game started, it's been Bryce Epps, and he's made some contested threes as well, and it certainly hasn't just been open looks. He's had the ball the entire game, and he's taken the opportunities that he's had. He's certainly not hiding out there, especially for a freshman.
All right, so look, folks, we got about 7 minutes left to go in halftime before the teams get back out onto the floor. We're going to let you enjoy the halftime music because, frankly, I'm tired of competing with it at this point. You're listening to the Richland Ram Radio Network. PIAA Richland Ram Basketball continues in about 7 minutes. We'll see you in a few. Well, the theme from Rocky brings us back in. And what was an interesting first half. And if I could, an observation on it, you've got a more experienced team here that's been to some playoff games and a very good team that's dominated some opponents this year that winning is new to them. And you saw them both have to respond to the moment. Early in the game, the Rams down 5-0, not hitting shots, turning the ball over, had to steady themselves and managed to get back in it. And then the reverse, the seasoned Rams managed to hop up a big lead. And, 2 or 3 buckets there and you can put this thing away. A timeout by the Gladiators. They had to compose themselves. They had to answer the bell, and surely they did. And what we have now is a 3-point game as we head to the second half.
Well, I think it's worth noting that this team's going to be in for a fight to the finish. If you actually take a look at the bracket that they had from their Whiphill tournament, they beat Beaver Falls, they beat Avonworth by 2 points. They beat Beaver Falls by a handful of points, and their game against North Catholic was a close one too. So,
all right, we start the game with Southern Allegheny with possession of the basketball. Kirkwood dribbling right side, finds Bryce Epps. Epps pulls up, no, does not shoot. Ball knocked away by Burke. He stepped out of bounds. I'm not sure how the math on that's even possible. They're giving the ball to Southern Allegheny. Clearly Bryce Epps was fighting to keep the ball, and it went out of bounds. Somehow they're saying that Burke was the last to touch it.
Yeah,
not much of an argument laid out by Caleb, so I'm going to guess somehow the ref got that one right.
That's a good point. He usually would let somebody know if he disagreed with that call.
Antonio Epps with the shot from the foul line. He misses. Rebound, Trent Rosich. Rosich to Caleb Burke, who brings the ball up currently uncontested for the first possession of the second half for the Richland Rams. He gives it to Rosich now. Rosich looks to go left. There's the switch. Burke got what he wanted. Now drives right side. Little contact there. Dishes to Bailey, who drives. Swatted away by Faulkner.
That was a heck of a play by Faulkner. He came out of nowhere to swat that ball away. Bailey looked like he had an easy drive to the net.
Kobe's going to pick up a foul there. One-hand floater by Bryce Epps. Bailey had his hand on his hip and pushed him down to the ground. I got to be honest, it did look like Bailey had it, but with 2 fouls already on Faulkner, at that point, I think you just go ahead and go body to ball. If Faulkner's going to try to block you, go right into his chest. And he's up in the air. Draw the foul. Get 3 on him to start the third quarter and see what they do.
If he catches his third one now, they got real problems. They weren't the same team when he was on the bench. That's for certain.
Epps makes the first of his 2. Makes a 31-29 ball game.
Speaking of being on the bench, the older Epps is back on the floor now. He's fought through whatever adversity he was going through.
Makes the second. I think he's 4 for 4 from the stripe. So full court press now from Southern Allegheny, inbound to Ford, to Burke. Burke goes right. Stahl's got room to drive. He's going to go up. Dishes to Bailey. Misses the ball. Swats it away. The Rams hold possession. Nope, not long enough. Southern Allegheny scrambled for it. Managed to throw it off the leg of Trent Rosich.
That was a tough call. It looked like the Southern Allegheny player had his foot still out of bounds. But
left side, Epps going to drive quickly. Thought he caught the defense mark. Jumper there. 3-point land. Too strong. Faulkner with the rebound. He's fouled him up. The bucket is good, and he goes to the stripe.
Looks like that foul was called on Burke. Looked like a clean play, but nonetheless, Faulkner's at the line, looking to make it a 3-pointer.
This looks almost identical to how the first half actually started.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Richland came out a little cold. They like to feel out their opponent, but pretty confident they're going to make a charge here with it in the next couple of minutes. Levander back in the floor.
He came in for Kellen Stahl. Faulkner makes the foul shot, so makes good on the and one. So 33-31 now. Southern Allegheny's with the lead. The Rams working to get the press. Rams break it. Levander with room. Drives in. Sees Faulkner. Pulls out. Bailey for three. Oh! Rattled around, but came home at the end of the day.
What a shot that was by Bailey. I'll tell you another thing. The South Allegheny wants to come out and run a full court press. Caleb Burke will take that all day. You want to talk about a kid that can handle his way out of just about any situation. That's your guy.
Antonio Epps for three. Back of the rim. Rebound Burke.
Look, they backed off already.
Burke sets up, guarded by Epps. Drives, short-range jumper. That's a little strong. Rebound Bailey. Kicks out Rositz. Rositz swings it around. No drives. Floater, one hand. It's short. Faulkner rebound. On transition, Bryce Epps with the ball. He's got a lane left side. Puts it up. Left-hand floater, not enough. Levander with the rebound. Now looking to break the press. Dishes off to Rositz, and the Rams will set up shop, leading 34-33 with 5:47 left to go in the third quarter. Levander with the ball, looking for a lane. To Burke. Burke weaving inside. Kicks out to Rositz. Rositz now drives. Oh, beautiful move. Oh, but can't finish. Had the glass, and the ball pops out.
Thought that was going to be the third foul on Faulkner there. Stayed clear, though.
Antonio Epps looks to drive, guarded by Rositz, goes inside, kicks out, three-point for DeGiorgio, off the top of the banking board. You see what I mean? There's only two guys out there that shoot that even remotely well. Burke loses control of the ball under heavy defense, stumbles, gets up slowly, pass left side. Bryce Epps drives. There's that floater again. That one rattles around and a miss, ball on the ground. Epps comes up with it and resets offense, shoots for three. That's short, rebound, Charlie Levander.
Caleb looks a little hobbled out there. He's walking down the court here. They might just be giving him a break, but that would be a big loss for the Rams.
So a timeout by Coach Burke, perhaps to give Caleb a moment to rest. But Coach Burke does not look happy about something that transpired there. This will be a short one. 30 seconds in. Rams a little hurried with the ball down there. The big three-pointer from Kobe Bailey is the thing that's maintained the lead for the Rams. Look, it's not hard to see what's going on with this team. Faulkner is incredibly strong inside. Bryce Epps can hit from long outside three-point range, and he's got a good handle. 4 times now he shot that floater on this half. He's going to go to it. He's missed them, but obviously he's got confidence in it if he's going to go. He's going to shoot it from about 6 feet out to face pressure.
Certainly, and he's missed the last couple here. The one thing I noticed was it seemed like he went a little bit hard to the rack earlier in the game. Those last couple he's thrown up there have been floaters, and I don't know if that's because Richland's bigger than him down low or what, but he'll take the foul shots if he can get them, but he hasn't been as effective with the floater as he was earlier in the game.
Let's call that the enthusiasm of a freshman. Easy to have a lot of energy at this point, no matter what kind of season you've had.
Absolutely.
Rams inbound the ball at their timeout. Caleb Burke goes right side to Charlie Levander. Levander top of key to Ford. Ford goes back to Burke. Burke threatens right side, then dishes to Levander for three. Levander bangs it home.
Big shot for the Rams there. Extends their lead to 4 points. Charlie Levander.
Bryce Epps with the ball now, guarded by Burke, but not heavy pressure. Looks to his bench for an offensive call. Sets up left side, looking somewhere to go. Now dribbles right. Loses Burke. Dishes left Antonio Epps. Epps right side. Room for a three-pointer there. They do not take. Stumble around. They go right back to Bryce Epps. Epps set up right side. They've got to switch. So they've got Kobe Bailey guarding him right now. So I would think this is a matchup they want. Faulkner comes way outside, almost midcourt range now. They're 4 wide here. Antonio Epps drives, lose control of the ball. They're going to call foul there, and I don't think he actually had the ball in his hand. I think he had lost control, and there was contact.
Yeah, that was a tough call to take there. Not a shooting foul, but certainly 3 fouls at this point in the game. That could become an issue if this game gets close towards the end.
3-0 on those fouls. Antonio Epps drives, finger roll off the glass, misses, gets his own rebound, stumbles around, loses the ball. Nope, that's Kobe Bailey with the rebound. Boy, that was 2 beautiful opportunities that Epps made for himself and couldn't finish. And now the Rams with a 4-point lead, looking to expand with 3:30 left to go. Loses the ball. Good defensive play there. Burke dives for it. It's free. Stumbling around. It comes free. Rams are going to get it. Antonio Epps complaining to his bench that the referee got the call wrong. Rosich clearly read that Epps had touched the ball as he dove for it because he made no attempt, and he probably could have gotten the ball.
Absolutely, but that was a headsy play there by Rosich. Honestly, he could have made an effort for that ball. It might have been 50-50 if he would have tracked it down, but in a high-speed moment with the other kid on the floor, he knew he didn't touch it, so he let it go out of bounds, and Richland ball.
Caleb Burke holding his left hip, not bringing the ball up, but set his right side in the corner. Levander with the ball, being guarded. Stem enters the game, and he currently has the basketball. Now goes to Caleb Burke. Burke being guarded by Antonio Epps. Goes to Charlie Levander left side. Levander looking to drive, finds room, kicks back out to Stem. Stem to Stahl. Stahl guarding and looking. That's the Burke. Fakes the three. Mid-range jumper off the back of the rim. Ball is free. Rebounded. Bryce Epps. Stole. Thought it was stolen. Thought it was stolen by Caleb Burke, and they called the foul. Burke reacts.
Happy with that one. I'll tell you who's had a nice game tonight, though, has been Charlie Levander. He's played some big minutes tonight, and he's made some shots. He's made them from the foul line. He's made them from beyond the arc, and honestly, he's one of the bigger differences in this game with his shooting so far.
Meanwhile, one of the numbers to look at, the Rams currently with 4 fouls in this quarter. No fouls for Southern Allegheny. One would suspect they're going to be in the bonus before the Rams if they don't tighten that up. Bryce Epps, floater to Faulkner, a little too long, a little alley-oop action there. That ball is tipped away. Faulkner tried to pass it up to Antonio Epps. Stahl with the heads-up play. Had he been able to come up with the loose ball, would have been an easy layup. As it is, it rolled out of bounds.
Almost took that one the other way. Just came up a little short.
So that's Southern Allegheny's ball. Antonio Epps, number 5, with the ball now goes right side, guarded by Stahl. He drives. He's got room. In trouble. 2 men scrambling ball out of bounds. A little miscommunication is all I can tell you there. There was open lane, and I think Kirkwood thought Antonio Epps was going to go to the rim, and he got caught watching.
I'll tell you one thing. Scoreboard aside, which, by the way, Richland's up 37-33, you can just tell by the look on these boys' faces. They know they can play with this team, and to be honest, I think they know. They do. They play their game. They got a good shot at this one.
Levander with the ball, looking to drive, finds traffic, kicks out to Burke. 3-point land for Caleb. And he delivers.
From the corner, Caleb Burke.
The Rams managed to go 2.5 minutes without a bucket, but managed to get a stop every time down the court, and now a 7-point lead in what feels an insanely much more tighter game than what that scoreboard says right now.
And I'll tell you, I think you hit the nail on the head earlier. Is Richland's basically said, you know what, they're going to make Epps, or they're going to take away Epps and Faulkner, and they're going to let the rest of the Gladiators try to beat them, and that's what's been happening, honestly.
Meanwhile, Antonio Epps does hit the 3 for the Gladiators, one of the 2 that we think can go from out there. 40-36 to score right now, minute and a half. Caleb Burke with the ball, guarded by Bryce Epps. Going right side, clock down to 1.5. Rams looking to be deliberate. Kobe Bailey for 3. For 3, Bailey!
He's feeling it now. Look out, brother.
Minute 18 left to go. Bryce Epps with the ball, set up against Burke. The coach for Southern Allegheny making a switch call on the offense. They set up, rotate out to Antonio Epps. Epps in 3-point land, looks to drive left, tries to do a pullback. Kellen Stahl stays close. Caleb Burke guarding Epps. Wail short on the 3-point shot. Air ball, I believe is what they call that.
I think that shot was frustration on the side of Epps. He hasn't been able to find an open look because Richland's been all over him. He threw up a contested 3 and came up a couple feet short.
Well, I'll tell you, the Rams, even though it's 58 seconds, and that's a long time against a team that plays good defense, but I would not be surprised if Richland tries to get a little look at one shot, simply because that buys some foul trouble time. Rest Caleb Burke a little bit more, and if you hold on to the ball, even if you don't get the bucket, you maintain this lead. Levander with the ball right now to Stahl.
I'll tell you one thing to keep in mind is that Caleb Burke's got 3 fouls right now, and if you notice, he hasn't been handling the ball as much here, trying to give him a break, and that's a credit to the Richland younger guys because they've been really taking care of what they need to.
Well, they're going to call back court there, but the ball was clearly swatted away by the defender.
That's a tough one.
Well, Southern Allegheny is going to get the ball with 39 seconds. They're down by 7, and a possession here, an opportunity to cut into that lead. Bryce Epps with the ball. Now, Caleb Burke wants to stay on this guy, but does not want to pick up a foul in this moment.
He's
trapped. He's lost. And it's stolen by, nope. You know, he managed to gobble the dribble for Bryce Epps. who tried to go higher with the pass. Burke tipped the ball to himself, but could not stay in bounds to come up with the ball. So with 24 seconds left to go, and Burke is coming out of the game because I'm sure Coach Burke does not want Caleb picking up another foul with 24 seconds left to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Trent Rosich enters the game.
No doubt. He's been playing hard, and the Rams need him to play that way the rest of the game. They're going to bring in Trent to play some defense here and see what they can do. Nice behind-the-back dribble there. Nice take. Faulkner gets it.
In trouble in the corner. 11 seconds. Dishes it out. And a foul. Finally, the first of the quarter as Antonio Epps, diving for the ball, collides with Charlie Levander. And the too bad about the foul, Levander gets that ball clean. He's got nothing between him and the net. Probably a bucket to end the half or end the quarter. As it is, the Rams have possession with 9 seconds. The inbound, Levander with the ball will go to Rosich. Rosich dribbling right side, guarded by Epps. Going to press things. 4 seconds, goes left. He's got a lane to the glass for 2.
What a
As time expires. 45-36. Richland leads as we go to the fourth.
You know, I'll tell you, I was going to say something. We didn't really have enough time there, but that really just goes to show. You don't see many times where the coach keeps their starting point guard on the bench during a moment like that. But Caleb Burke on the bench, Trent Rosich takes the ball and handles his way the whole way to 2 more points, and that makes it a 45-36 game here for the Rams.
You know, Trent Rosich is so good around the rim in the glass, and he seems to be able to use the entire span of the glass with near hook shots or wide arcing shots from around, which gives him a lot of room. And you wonder how you develop that talent. And all one has to do is go to the Rosich house and look at the hoop that Trent Rosich has, and really, there's no shooting room. It's a hoop that hangs out over the alley behind the Rosich family household. He's got 5 feet of lane. You can't work on your foul shot. The only thing you can work on as a kid are those kinds of layups. As you imagine to yourself going against pressure, and I'm telling you, that's exactly what that young man does. I've told his dad many times, I think he has the hands of a tree frog. Sometimes I wonder how he holds onto the ball as he weaves through the traffic and just sort of waves it up over large defenders.
I'll tell you what, that was the shot developed for a kid that's got an older brother that's bigger than him. I'm sure he got to play one-on-one against his older brother, Brandon, a handful of times. And it certainly paid off on that last shot.
Well, truly, this game's not over by any stretch. And despite the 9-point lead, I would not tell you that the Rams are in control. That said, a 9-point lead, the Rams have the ball. Another test of the mettle of a young Southern Allegheny's team that's not used to being here.
Oh, absolutely. And they certainly have played against some competition in the Whitfield, but this Rams team is battle-tested, and they know every second on the court could be their last, so they're ready to go.
Kellen Stahl goes left side, gets the ball to Caleb Burke. Burke jukes twice, then goes left, no room, out to Rosich. Rosich right side to Bailey. He's going to attract the crowd after those 3-point shots. Inside to Bailey from Stahl, puts it up, and he's fouled on the way. That's on Bryce Epps.
One thing South Allegheny's done throughout this game is really stayed out of foul trouble. They don't have anybody on the court right now that's got more than 2 fouls.
Bryce Epps has 3 steals off the dribble, 2 of those that led to immediate points. Kobe Bailey hits the first, and that's his first foul of the game. He's playing a tight brand of defense, and I'm not telling you the referees are cutting him a slack. He's playing tight, but he's playing clean. That one, a quick transition inside the paint. He reacted to it, and there's just no room between his body and Bailey's. Bailey hits the second. The Ram lead expands to 47-36. That equals the largest lead of the game for Richland at this point.
Yeah, 11 points here. And I'll tell you one other thing about Epps, too, is he's been matched up against Burke.
Backdoor, beautiful pass. Sorry about that. Backdoor pass to Antonio. That should have been a bucket, and he came in too strong and missed it high. Rams get the ball with a chance to expand. Your thought on that as the Rams run their offense?
Well, what I was saying is...
You were saying Bailey for 3!
I can't get a minute here. These Rams are just taking over the show.
Another timeout. A 14-point lead, and the Southern Allegheny coach is calling the timeout to settle the troops. Last time they did this, they settled back in and got it back to a 3-point game. The difference here now is that with 7:07 remaining in the game, they've only got a very limited amount of time before the Rams start prioritizing clock over shot.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, one thing that's important to note, when you look at some of these scores of these South Allegheny games, they've had a hard time scoring a lot of points. They've played some tight defensive battles, but a couple of them were in that 50 to 60 range. Well, Richland's already at 50 points here, and South Allegheny's got a long way to go to catch up here. It's certainly not impossible with 7:07 left here in the fourth, but certainly a tall task to make up against this really experienced and deep Rams team.
I do want to give a shout out to the Richland Ram cheerleaders and their supporters. Of course, cheerleaders always do a fine job, but there are times during the course of the game you're caught up in this and you see a couple of them do tumbling passes, and everybody lives, and you're impressed by the athleticism that our Richland Ram cheerleaders manage to put out on the floor every night. So hats off to the lady cheering on the sideline as they support the troops and the entire school with a great level of spirit here.
Honestly, that's another experienced squad here for the Rams, who've really been blessed over the last couple of years with athletes all over the place.
So here we go, Southern Allegheny ball, 7:07. Rams lead by 14. Antonio Epps with the ball right now, loses control. Unforced error there, but quickly gathers it back in, kicks left side. Southern Allegheny is rotating out. I suspect they're going to look to try to get a three for Antonio or Bryce Epps. Antonio Epps looks the drive, working hard, floater, one hand, misses, rebound, Kellen Stahl. Stahl to Rosich, Rosich to Caleb Burke. Burke will bring it up. Going to have to watch his P's and Q's here because this Bryce Epps is a good defender. Burke being guarded with the ball. He's got room left side if he sees it, peels off. They get a switch. Now he's going to drive, pick back. Currently guarded by Kirkwood. He goes, puts it up. We've got a foul. Is that on Faulkner?
That'll be his third for the big fella.
Well, let's wait and see. They might be calling out on Hines. Nope. Faulkner with his third. It's fourth quarter. I don't know that they'll pull him unless he picks up a fourth right away.
Yeah, I think they're all right for right now.
Caleb Burke off the front of the rim. A rare miss there. Off the back of the rim for the second. Burks misses both ends of the foul shot. And back comes Southern Allegheny. Bryce Epps dribbling. Kid's got a handle in his legs. Gets a pick from Faulkner. Looks the drive. Does. Buries the ball up. Gets fouled but misses the shot. I think that's on Kobe Bailey.
They called that on Ford. They were both there. I thought that was on Bailey myself. But
I got to be honest. I thought Rosich and Bailey were there. I don't think Ford was near the ball. Ford's not reacting, so again, that's always a good measure.
We'll take his word for it.
So he hits 5 for 5, I think.
Nonetheless, we have Epps here at the line, and he's been almost automatic from the charity strike.
Ford with the inbound, finds Stahl. They break the press. Rosich with the ball. Looks to settle in the offense. Double team, goes out to Caleb Burke. Burke in no hurry now. Drives middle. He's got room. Finger roll for two.
Big drive by Burke there. And you saw it. He pulled up for a little shot, put it down, and no defense was there to cover him.
Look, if they get the switch, if they have anybody but Epps on him, either one of the Epps brothers, Caleb Burke's going to look for a lane. That's what's happened so far this game. Epps drives, kicks out, three-pointer for Kirkwood. He misses. Nice. Scramble for the ball. Rebound, Kobe Bailey. And that goes to Caleb Burke. 5:39 in the game. Burke is fouled from behind. Dylan Hines, foul on the floor.
I tell you what, it won't show up on the stat sheet, but Kellen Stahl and Kobe Bailey boxed out on that last rebound and kept Faulkner totally away from the ball.
To the point that nobody grabbed the basketball. They were so focused on clearing him out of the key, the ball dropped to the ground before they drove. Inbounds to Rosich. He's got room. He goes up. And there could have been a foul on Faulkner, but they're calling it a clean block out of bounds.
A lot of hip contact there, but he did get the ball, so I'll give him credit for that block.
Look, Faulkner gets off the ground. Somebody puts on the brakes and pump fakes. He's going to go up and land on him. That'll be the fourth foul. Inbounds pass to Levander. Levander drives. He's got room for the glass. Misses the shot, however. And Antonio Epps has got a lane, driving left side. Kobe Bailey in front of him. Catches a shoulder. Offensive foul! Offensive foul!
Big take by Kobe Bailey there. Got down, got those feet planted, and it is going the other way. Oh, they're talking about it. Not sure what the discussion is here, but we got all three officials down around the foul line talking about what just happened.
Well, we're sitting a little bit closer to the bulk of the Richland fans. You'll know quickly, probably before I can say anything, how it gets reacted. So they're over to the scorer's bench talking. 5:22 left to go in the game. Rams lead. Oh, they changed the score. Do they have a scorer's problem here? Did that shot didn't go in, did it?
No.
All right. Well, they just changed the scorer's table. The score now 52-40. Mike Masovich, a Tribune Democrat, sitting next to us. We're obviously not tracking this. So
if you're a Richland fan, you're probably happy.
All right, so the call was
Maybe
the
not.
bucket was good, and the offensive foul came after the shot. So he ran in. No, they put him to the line.
I'm not even sure I understand what's going on here.
No. All right, so it looks like a point correction, and it was an offensive foul. So the score is 52-40. Now the scorer's table wants to talk because, well, just because.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, folks, if you're thinking this sounds painful over the air, it's just as painful to watch it right now. But looks like it's going to be Richland's ball. And as I was going to say a second ago, when oh, there you go. Basket good. Foul against both teams. Rams ball.
Rams looking to beat the press. Rosic on the dribble, loses the ball. Stolen by Southern Allegheny. Left side, Epps, three-pointer. Hits it for three.
9-point game here. 5 minutes left.
Rosic back to Burke. Working against his press.
We missed Kobe.
Burke now with the ball. Passes right side, Rosic to Kobe. He's got room for three. Hits it for three. The Rams answer.
Good grief, Kobe Bailey.
Bryce Epps with the ball again. As Southern Allegheny now is facing a problem with the clock. Shoots the three, misses. Rebound, Rosic. The Rams in no particular hurry now. 4:40.
Southern Allegheny backs off their press here. Caleb Burke's got the ball.
Burke driving, passes out to Kobe. Kicks over to Charlie Levander. Right side, stall for three. Shoots long. Rebound, Rosic. Boy, it looked like he got grabbed. He lost the ball. And back comes Southern Allegheny. Right side, long three. Antonio Epps hits it. 55-46. 4:10 left to go in the game. The Rams working against the press. Bailey, left side. Rams beat it. Stall with the ball. Looks right side to Charlie Levander. 4 minutes and counting. Rams with a 9-point lead. Southern Allegheny shown they can score in a hurry, and they're capable of stealing the ball. Levander with it now. Drives left.
This is the time of game we're having Burke on the floor makes a big difference. He's cool as a cucumber out there, and he's going to, there you go, draws a foul.
Well, and I got to tell you, I like this for Southern Allegheny. Too long, you see teams wait too long to foul, and then with the last minute, they're trying to kill clock. He knows he can't let the clock get away now. He needs to start sending the Rams to the line to get possessions because he's down by 9.
Absolutely. That's 6 fouls for both sides here. Timeout, Richland. Looks like it's gonna be a 60-second timeout. I'll tell you, this has been a heck of a game so far. A lot of fun to watch.
Just an announcement for an exit strategy. If you are here for Richland and plan on not staying for the
There's another boys game to follow this one, so you're going to have for those of you that never make it out to these PIAA doubleheaders, parking is a challenge because when you come for the second game, the first game is still going. People are parking. Richland's game up at Mount Aloysius against, finding parking was next to impossible. Then after the game, you were parked miles away from the court and walking across empty parking spaces.
Absolutely. Yeah, I was thinking, I actually didn't get a chance to make it to the district championship game this year. But last year, I was just thinking that same thing. You get there for the second game, which is nice, playing the night game. It's a nice environment, but you got to park about a mile away, and then you're just walking past spot after spot, wishing you would have done something different.
Well, and here's the difference. We wondered about the depth. Clearly, Richland's the deeper bench.
For certain.
And not only that, in terms of what's on the floor, Richland at any given time has 4 legit three-point shooters out there and weapons over. This is still a good Southern Allegheny team. The problem for them right now is, who do they foul?
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that, and I think you hit the nail on the head. And Richland's not only been deeper with just number of players on the court, but they've really had a lot of contributors on the court too, which is why when you look at the scoreboard, they don't have too many high scorers, but they certainly have a lot of contributors.
Kellen Stahl with the ball right now, passes into Bailey. Bailey backdoor to Charlie Levander, and he loses it. A little bit of a hurry to go to the hoop there. No need.
There was Epps there, though, again, forcing his hand.
3:30 and counting now. Southern Allegheny is looking to slice into a 9-point Richland lead to crawl back into this thing. Antonio Epps, right side, double team. Bailey jumps out with them. Had a man back door. Goes inside to Faulkner, stolen by Caleb Burke. Burke anticipated that and is fouled. He'll go to the stripe. Antonio Epps really had no choice. And I'll tell you, that backdoor play worked 4 times in a row in the first half. That time, Caleb Burke was guessing. They thought, and it was a bounce pass. It was the right pass. Burke stole it with his left hand off the bounce.
That's actually been an interesting point, is they haven't needed Caleb as much on the defensive end of the court as they have in years past. He's really been able to focus a lot of his efforts, and it's really kept him fresh.
Misses the front end of the one-on-one, so back comes Southern Allegheny again. Antonio Epps drives, fouled on the floor.
That's 4 on Caleb.
So, 4 fouls. Burke has none to spare with 3:08 left to go.
3 minutes left in the game. I think you're going to just see him the rest of the way out. Hopefully he doesn't draw the 5th. Coach Burke calling him down to his end of the court here to have a discussion with him as the older Epps is at the stripe.
Well, it's time to switch this out now. You're gonna see Trent Rosich probably looking to be on one of the Epps. They're gonna have to put somebody else on the Antonio Epps, and Caleb's gonna have to sag back. They need him handling the ball on offense. Antonio Epps hits the first on the one-on-one. 3:08. It's now 55-47.
Well, I think that's the nice thing, too, against playing these guys, is that really if you can guard Epps and Faulkner, you don't have to put Caleb Burke in the middle, in the line of duty.
Missed foul shot, put back by Faulkner. So essentially a 3-point play, now 55-49. Rosich with the ball. Dribbling against pressure. Tied up, ball's loose. Caleb Burke comes up with it, driving left side. He'll settle in. He's double teamed. Now drives up the middle. Passes inside. And he's fouled. That was the Kellen Stahl. Ball was stripped away for a second. Looked like Southern Allegheny was going the other way, but the late whistle. And that's going to be on.
That looked like it was on the younger Epps.
And I tell you, I do think it was a foul, but it didn't get called right away. So he thought it was going to go. Important foul shots here for the Ram as Kellen Stahl heads to the stripe. Banks that first one home, nothing but net.
There's a kid with nerves of steel. Football, basketball, he's everywhere when you need him.
I don't even know if I call it nerves of steel. He's indifferent to pressure.
That's probably a better way to describe it.
Hits the second.
Nonetheless, he's good for 2. Extends the Rams' lead to 57-49 here with 2:49 left.
So now Stahl comes out. Burke is still guarding Bryce Epps. Antonio Epps with a 3-pointer off the back of the rim. A little pushing there. Southern Allegheny's trying to be aggressive to the rebound. Pushes Charlie Levander away. And Levander gets the foul.
That was a smart play there. Caleb Burke sitting on 4 fouls. He could have went for that, but he stayed back. He knew his team had numbers, and he kept himself out of danger. Charlie Levander coming to the line here for a 1-and-1.
Rosich and Bailey underneath. Faulkner, I would presume, will be mopping up any missed shots. Levander does not provide him the opportunity. Hits that first foul shot.
Rams are going to be in the double bonus the rest of the way out. That's going to make it tough for the Gladiators to make a big comeback here.
Hits the second. So a 10-point lead with 2:38. You would expect a quick 3 attempt here for the Gladiators. It's got to be a good look, but they got to get a shot off. There it is. Misses. Rebound. Rosich in trouble. Gets it off to Burke. Burke to Kellen Stahl. In transition, the Rams get across midcourt. Stahl in trouble, double team. Rosic alone, left side, Kobe Bailey! Through, misses short. Thought he had one. Here come the Gladiators facing trouble. Bryce, right side, kicks out to Antonio. That's a deep three. He misses. Rebound, Rosic. These are just desperation threes now. Deep pass, Charlie going up. Hits the layup for two. The Rams expand the lead to 11.
That wasn't a gimme. It bounced around the rim there, but it fell for Levander.
There's that floater. There's the floater. Caleb Burke, he offered up some defense, but did not challenge in his face. So with 1:50, Southern Allegheny calls a timeout, and you go to the bench. He just hit the point, and the freshman, Bryce Epps, throwing a towel to the ground. Motivated or frustrated? That's what you got to ask yourself if you're the coach right now. This is a tough thing to come back from no matter who you are. Right now they've got a foul, and as you said, the Rams will be shooting two.
You know what? And not only are the Rams going to be shooting two, that means that the Gladiators are going to have to be throwing up threes. And they've really only had one shooter show that he's able to make it from that kind of range tonight. I know that Omar Epps had made a couple too, but it's really been a Bryce Epps show out here. And I don't know that he's going to get that many open looks in the last 150.
I want you to keep this in mind. Right now, Caleb Burke, who's usually the team leader in points, has 13. He's actually second on the team. Kobe Bailey's got 21 on the board. That ties him with Bryce Epps, who's the leading scorer for Southern Allegheny. Kobe Bailey with 21 has been money.
He's been on fire from outside of the arc. We said that early in the first quarter. He hits a couple, he hits a bunch. That's usually how he rolls, and he's been feeling it tonight.
Well, Southern Allegheny at this point, they need a turnover to start this, not a foul. So the first step here is, can the Rams get the ball in clean?
You got to figure the Rams are going to be good for about 20 to 30 seconds each possession.
Levander will be the inbounder. Left side.
Full court press
Scrambles
here by
around.
the Gladiators.
Looking deep. Passes
Finds
to
the
Stahl.
open man.
Stahl's got room. Double team middle. He goes to Caleb Burke with 1:46 and counting. He's guarded by Epps. Burke beats the press with the dribble. Passes right side to Stahl. Stahl back to Burke. Back to Stahl. Stahl goes right side on the double team and is fouled by Antonio Epps.
Rams are comfortable running their four corners defense at this point. That's what it's going to take for the Gladiators. They're going to have to get their fouls. If the Rams can make their foul shots, it's going to be tough for the Gladiators to make a comeback.
Stahl, now it was a foul on the floor, but again, the Rams are in the double bonus. He'll shoot two. Rams currently leading by 10 with 1:35 in the ballgame. Hits the first.
Rams have Stahl shooting and Bailey down low, but the rest of the team, including Levander, Rosic, and Burke, are all back, ready to play some defense here.
Stahl sets, shoots the second, in and out. Rebound, Kobe Bailey. The Rams are going to get the ball and an opportunity to eat more clock.
That was a 1-on-4.
Burke
Kobe
drives
Bailey
left.
came up with it.
Thought we were going to get a shot offering, but Charlie Levander, he thinks better of it. Now the Rams in the stall. Passes right side. Kellen Burke again with the ball. Left side to Charlie Levander. Levander is fouled. 120.
Kobe Bailey was the only Richland Ram down in the paint there, and he came away with that ball against four Gladiators. And I'll tell you, that might have been the final nail in the coffin.
No nails yet. The heck with your nails. Nobody's nailing anything yet.
Fair enough.
All right. Levander, first offering. Makes good. Ram lead expands to 12. With 1:20 and a 12-point lead, tell me this does not feel more like a 2-point game from wire to wire.
Honestly, if you weren't looking at the score, I don't think you would know any better.
Charlie is money from the stripe. The Rams now lead 64-55. 1:18. Here comes Southern Allegheny. Bryce Epps drives left, kicks back, goes right. Antonio Epps does not shoot the three, drives, looks the dish, thought there was a travel. There's a three-point offering. It's good. And that was Dylan Hines. And I don't have an official stat on that, but other than somebody named Epps, that might be the first converted three by anybody but an Epps. If it's more than a second, I'd be surprised.
Certainly from that range. That was out near the foul or the out-of-bounds line. That was That was good from at least 30 feet.
See, Mike Masovich, a Tribune Democrat, quickly confirms for me that's the only three converted by Southern Allegheny by somebody not named Epps tonight.
Well, who better could we cite than Mike Masovich on that call?
1:05 remaining to go in this ballgame. That was a quick timeout by Southern Allegheny, by the way, down by 10. Again, they need to, the Gladiators need to get a steal or a turnover off the inbound. They're going to foul, but being in the double bonus, the Rams will shoot too.
We've talked about a lot of good efforts tonight on the court. We haven't seen Jordan Ford for a while, but the Rams have gotten big minutes all over the court. And I'll tell you, Charlie Levander's 12 points are one of the bigger differences in the game tonight.
Gets the ball in the Rosic. Rosic dribbles left side, crosses mid-stripe, and is fouled from behind. They'll probably call that on Kirkwood, but they could put it on Hines.
That's going to be Kirkwood's fourth.
Number 22, Trent Rosen to the line. Shooting 2 for the Rams.
We got our signature matchup of Bailey on 4 down in the paint here. Rosic shooting 2.
Rosic misses off the back left side of the rim. Needs to take a deep breath and resettle back in.
Still a 10-point game here with 1:01 left here in the fourth. Like to get another point here out of Rosic.
Or a rebound out of Bailey. That's the point.
Either one of those would have worked for me. We'll take the first one.
So here comes Bryce Epps, left side. Under a minute now left to go in the ball game. Rams leading by 11. Epps driving left side. He's got room. Kicks out left side. Three-point offering. Missed. Rebound. Kellen Stahl. Stahl to Burke. Back to Stahl. Goes deep to Charlie Levander. And the countdown is on. The Rams back and forth. Looking to stall this thing out. Kellen Stahl. Right side. Rosic could have had the open layup. Kicks it out instead. So with 34.9 seconds left to go, Rosic will go back to the stripe.
Omar Epps took his 5th foul there while Rosic had the ball. That's going to take him out of the game. Putting Rosic at the line here, and with 34.9 seconds left. Starting to hear some claps from the Richland side.
So Antonio Epps is out of the game. I presume that's his final. Well, they have it on the board as 4. But perhaps a sign of surrender to get DeGiorgio in. Well, they only put, that's his 5th, so he is done. So DeGiorgio's on the line. So one of the three-pointers, true three-point shooters on this team, now out of the ball game. Rosic makes good on that one. The Ram lead swells to 12.
One thing you can say about Richland is there were some highs and lows, especially in that first and second quarter, and their experience really paid off here tonight. They've looked like a team on a mission from the beginning of the game, and they didn't let them being down a couple points bother them, and honestly, they played the same then as they have now that they're up 13.
Quick split player switch there. Griff LaRue now into the ball game, 30 seconds and counting. Bryce Epps looking for room, going to drive, floats the ball from the foul line, makes it good. Another foul immediately. Griff LaRue gets the ball into Kellen Stahl. Stahl was fouled, so with 22.2 seconds left, Stahl will go to the line.
Dylan Hines just took his 4th foul.
Number 11,
Stahl has 6 points on the game. But I got to tell you, his contribution, there have been some big offensive rebounds, and this is not necessarily a tall man, but this is a strong man. When you give him the leaping ability of Faulkner, you talked about the one time, Stahl makes the first of 2. Sam Penna is coming into the game. If that sounds familiar, he's my son.
So proud dad moment happening here. I'll tell you, it's fun to watch.
I will tell you, thank heavens the game's on the line. This boy has been fighting a fever of 103 for 3 days. Finally was healthy to go back to school today. And if he had to run, I don't know what he has left in the tank. But he's in now. Second shot is missed.
That hair is looking good out on the court.
Yeah, he's got that tight autumn hair. Guards in, draws the offensive. Nope, they're going to call the foul. Nope. The bucket is good. Sam Penna picks up a quick foul. Tried to draw the offensive.
He's going to show up on the stat sheet. Although I got to be honest, I thought he took an offensive there. That was a tough call going against the big guy.
I think that was a bit of a gift because he was already set up down there. That play was not in transition. Misses the foul shot, tipped out of bounds by Faulkner. So the Rams with a 10-point lead with just under 14 seconds left to go. LaRue to inbound. Rosic is wide open. He keeps it. Dribbles left. Goes to Kellen Stahl. Stahl holds up mid-court. Now goes to Rosic, who breaks it over. Rosic will hold the ball. Then dribble around. Has room. And this is going to do it, folks. 3, 2, 1. The Richland Rams are moving on. A 10-point win over a team that only tasted defeat twice this entire season.
I'll tell you, anytime you show up again in the Western playoffs here and you end up catching a team from the Whiphill, you never know what you're going to run into. Sometimes it can be a buzzsaw, and I'll tell you, the team tonight had that look early on in the game, but the Rams fought through, and I'll tell you, it might be the Gladiators feeling like they ran into a buzzsaw with this experienced team we had here in Richland.
Well, from a pure basketball standpoint, at the end of the day, the fact that the Rams, even with switching out, constantly had 4 3-point shooters out there, all of them willing to take the shot. I'll even point to Griff LaRue. The first time he came into the game, the first pass that came to him right side, LaRue buries a 3, and that would have probably made him the 4th guy to do it at that point in the game. And I'm sure if you're the coach for Southern Allegheny, you're going, we got a problem. The entire team is shooting threes.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what makes it tough, too, is that they're not all the typical 3-point shooters. I mean, Kobe Bailey's got to be about 6'3", plays down low as a big sometimes, steps out, pulls out, and shoots a 3. There aren't many teams that can cover that.
Well, this has been Jim Bennett along with Doug Johnson. We're going to clear out. There's another Indian team waiting for their second game, so we got to make way. Congratulations, Richland Ram basketball family. We're moving on. The Rams with a big 10-point win over Southern Allegheny from Katanning Armstrong High School. Thanks, folks.
Jim, I had a great game tonight. I really enjoyed working with you, and I'll tell you, it was an exciting game to watch. If you weren't here, I hope it sounded as good on the air as it looked in person, because our Rams played a heck of a game tonight.
Doug just shook my hand and sneezed. I am seriously worried about coronavirus, but we're going to get out of here before anything happens. All right, folks, we're out of here. We all got sons to pick up. Congratulations, Richland Rams. It's a big win.